Hello Wolfpack, we're analysing MATIC Network. It's actually known as Polygon now after the rebranding, so previously known as MATIC Network. We released a poll in our Telegram group between Cosmos, Internet Computer Coin and MATIC was the winner, and so we are seeing this analysis right now on MATIC. Before we get into the TA, let's jump into the fundamental analysis a little bit to get a bit of an understanding of what MATIC actually is. We can see in relation to the rebranding to Polygon from MATIC Network, we can see that the company rebranded to its current name Polygon in February this year, so 2021, which Nailwal, which is one of the co-founders, believes helped the Indian startup get more noticed in an industry dominated by Western companies. So essentially what this tells us is that they've built the technology and now they're shifting their focus to marketing. MATIC was launched, Polygon was launched in 2017. We can see on the CoinMarketCap chart that it has been around for a while. It did not get much attention in the 2017 and 2018 bull market. It was around back then, but it wasn't really on many charts, on many exchanges. Only jumped onto the CoinMarketCap chart in 2019, in which it was a flat line until this bull market. It started to pick up the pace in February, actually quite late into the bull market in relation to other coins. From that point, it was basically just a trigger moment. As you can see, people started to notice it and it jumped up in two massive spikes. If we look into the max supply and total supply before looking straight into the fundamentals, we can see that we have a complete max supply. This is basically the supply that can ever be released onto the Polygon network of 10 billion. So there will never be more than 10 billion MATIC. And we've got 6.48 billion in circulation right now. So right now, yes, the supply demand hasn't really kicked in too much, but as people start to realize that supply is filling up quite quickly and we're getting very, very close to the max supply, we will see some aggressive price movements as people try to accumulate while they still can. Probably be seeing that in the next bull market if MATIC is still relevant in that bull market. So we're looking at 2024, 2025. We have the LinkedIn of I'm going to stuff up a pronunciation here, but Jayinta Kanani, who is one of the CEOs and one of the co-founders of MATIC, and he kind of outlines that MATIC works on the Ethereum network, but he outlines a few problems as seen here. He lists them as slow transactions and high transaction fees. The current system is also inherently not user-friendly. One of the key pillars of ideology is user experience, which is very poor for blockchain applications now. With MATIC Network, we want to solve these problems. So obviously one of the main things there is kind of the scaling, the high transaction fees. Ethereum is well known, especially in this bull market, for its insane gas fees, and MATIC is trying to solve that problem. And that's probably why it gained so much attention, and that's probably why it gained so much attention right around February. If we hop over to the TradingView chart quickly, it gained attention right around February when Ethereum made its first move up and when the gas feed started to become a problem. People were looking for solutions and MATIC was that solution. We can see that we moved up aggressively. It was one of the big runners of earlier in this bull market, and if we measure the move here, we can see we moved from the bear market lows of around 3 cents to the top here, which is just under $3, which was a 79x, so very aggressive price movements. We can't complain of that. One of the things I can note with MATIC here that hasn't really been seen in many other coins is that we had this capitulation in May. If we hop over the Bitcoin chart, we can see where the capitulation started. It started here on May 12th. And usually all of the coins in the market dropped on May 12th. But you can see on MATIC here, May 12th, we were all the way down here. If we get the pen out, all the way down here on May 12th at around $1. And in the coming weeks, as Bitcoin was dropping aggressively, as you can see during this massive red period where Bitcoin was dropping very violently, over 50%, MATIC actually managed to move from $1 to $3, a move of around 160%, which was just extraordinary at the time, and it just shows you that this is one of these coins that you want to keep an eye on when Bitcoin is dropping, because it has a tendency to move against Bitcoin, move independently, which is great to see. We can see if we dive into the TA a little bit, we remove some of these indicators. MATIC kind of had this slow grinding downwards action in form of a descending channel here. We broke out briefly to the upside, but we managed to fall back down. We saw a brief drop literally just 2 or 3 candles into this major support zone, which was between 80 cents and between 50 cents and 80 cents. We saw a couple of candles down there where our Telegram group managed to pick up some MATIC. I think we picked it up at around 75 cents. From that point, we got to a profit of around 132%. If you're not part of our Telegram group, free trading signals, free market updates, check it out. The link is in the description and the comments. So we had that decent trade, and MATIC started to move up as Bitcoin recovered. We moved up in form of some sort of ascending channel here. Let me draw that a bit better. I want a trackpad where some sort of ascending channel that will do. We broke out to the upside, and we've recently come amongst some resistance here at this zone, which I haven't actually marked out, which I'll do right now. That kind of lines up with the candle back over here in June, resistance at $1.75. Bitcoin has similarly rejected, and we have a kind of similar formation happening on Bitcoin as we do on MATIC right now. So the big question is, where is MATIC going next? Well, we have the opportunity in the very short term, before we bring up some indicators, that we could be seeing some sort of triple bottom here. As you can see, we saw one wick to the bottom form on August 12th, one form on August 18th, and we could be seeing one more form here today if we see this candle flip green. A triple bottom would be very bullish for MATIC, and we could be seeing a spike up past this resistance zone and a retest of this $1.75 support. If that happens, MATIC is known very heavily to act independently from Bitcoin, so this would not be unheard of at all, and it could certainly happen. But on the occasion that we don't see this triple bottom and we fall below the support zone here at $1.30, which I'll actually line out as well as yellow. These are our major ones, the yellow lines. $1.30, if we fall below that support zone, well, we need to bring up some of our indicators here. We can see we have the 50 SMA and the 200-day SMA. The 50 SMA currently resting at $1.17. We have the bull market support band, which is the 21-week EMA, and the 20-week SMA are currently resting around the same area. The Gaussian channel are currently resting around the same area as well as for the center line of it. And we also have here just some short-term SMAs in which we can see this yellow line, which is the 12 SMA, and the 26 SMA, which is this pink line, are converging towards each other in kind of sight of a bearish MA cross, which could be pushing us underneath this $1.30 support zone if we are not very careful here on MATIC. Now, where do I think MATIC could go? Well, those of you who follow this channel and follow the Telegram group know that I'm kind of expecting a little bit of a red September, if not red, at least some sort of extensive correction. We can see a very, very bearish rounding out pattern on Bitcoin, which kind of tells us that the buying pressure is falling off. Not many people are willing to buy at current prices. We probably need to be shaken down to a lower support zone in order to get those buyers interested again. What I'm looking at on Bitcoin is this bull market support band here, which is currently down at around 42,000 USD. On the Bitcoin chart, if we drop to 42,000, we will be seeing around a 10% drop. Now, similarly, I know that MATIC doesn't really move with Bitcoin all of the time, but assuming it does, when Bitcoin drops 10%, altcoins usually drop 15%. So if we measure out a 15% move on MATIC, we can see that it will put us within this bull market support band just below the 50-week SMA. So we could be looking, if we round it up, at a test of this blue support line here at $1.13, which would line up with the 50 SMA and the bull market support band. That's what I'm looking at for MATIC. It also, line up with the Gaussian channel precisely. So a drop down to $1.15 would actually be very bullish, and it would still confirm higher lows for MATIC. If you look on a more broad scale, we have a low here, and we'll have a low here at $1.15, and then we can continue making lows into the future, into Q4. So it would not be a bearish move at all. It actually seems like the most logical move. We also have some sort of head and shoulders pattern you can draw here on MATIC if you wanted to stretch it a little bit, in which we would probably be seeing drop to that same region. So yes, I am expecting downside movement and this is if we cannot bounce at the current price at $1.30. If we catch a bounce, we catch a green candle today, that's going to completely change the rhetoric as I just drew before. But dropping below $1.30, I would be expecting $1.13 or around that region on MATIC. Now, We can look into the Bitcoin chart here on Matic, the Bitcoin pair, sorry. So Matic Bitcoin on the 1 week, we only have until 2019 as referenced before, in which we were basically flatlining on the Bitcoin pair as well. We built this little area of support here in March, which lined up as a flip of this resistance zone that we formed in December 2019 and May or June 2019 as well. So we flipped that. It's a major support zone at 577 sats. I don't think we'll be seeing that again, seeing as Matic is now in the top 20. We made aggressive moves up as Bitcoin dropped and as Matic moved against Bitcoin, forming our all-time high at 6,651 sats before dropping down aggressively as we kind of corrected to where Bitcoin was, around 63%, if we count the wick, 68%. We formed a support zone that I also don't think we're going to be dropping below at 2,412. What I'll be expecting in Matic is when Bitcoin drops, obviously altcoins drop more aggressively, and when Bitcoin rises, because remember guys, Bitcoin has to make the first move in this bull market before altcoins can perform. So altcoin dominance will probably drop, and Matic will be retesting this support zone here at 2,412 before the altcoin season can really kick in, and we'll see some aggressive violent moves upwards on Matic into the new year and into December and Q4, possibly Q1 as well. If we redraw that line, we'll probably be seeing something like a little bit of a double bottom. You know, this is all just speculation, of course, but I will be expecting a retest of this yellow line before some violent moves upwards as altcoin dominance rises and Bitcoin dominance drops. So where could Matic go this bull run? Well, it's hard to say. We don't have a previous bull run all-time high to compare to on Matic, which is what I use for most of my speculations in terms of price movement. But what we can say and what we can apply to Matic, which is in line with what we do when we're not really sure, is we can say that, well, Bitcoin, for those of you who follow my channel, for those of you who are a member of my Telegram group, I am expecting a 120k to 150k Bitcoin by December to April. So anytime in that range, which will take into account both the 4-year cycle and lengthening cycles and diminishing returns theory, 120k to 150k. If we take the more conservative estimate, we can see that, well, Bitcoin reaches all-time high of 64k. If we double that, that's around 128k. Now, we know from what I've referenced before, Bitcoin dropping 10% will result in an altcoin move downwards of 15% on a general basis, in the same way that Bitcoin raising 100% from its all-time high will make altcoins move 150% from their all-time highs. So all we need to do is measure 150% from the all-time high of Matic, and that would put us at around $7.34 on Matic. So if we draw a line at $7.34, and then we can also kind of say on the higher end of that prediction, which would be Bitcoin to 150k, we'll be looking at something like maybe a 200% move on Matic, just roughly. I'm not going to do all of the calculations here so precisely because it is just a rough estimate at the end of the day, but a 200% move on Matic here would put us just below $9. So I'm looking within these two ranges here. If we just draw $9 there, would be the all-time high for Matic. If it performs with the market, if it goes well and beyond and performs above the market, obviously it can go higher than that, but this is just general growth with the market. This is a conservative prediction, assuming Matic doesn't fall off heavily. Now, the reason why I'm going with this conservative position and why I think it makes sense is because we have this major, if we make that red, major psychological support at 10 USD, and in which we will probably be struggling massively to get above that line. Now, on the occasion that Matic reaches my target here in between $7.30 and $9, I'll be taking profits on Matic. This is just what I'll personally be doing, and if it goes above the major psychological resistance and flips it for support, that might be an entry to buy back into Matic as it has conquered its major resistance zone. But until that point, I think that these are good profit-taking areas. That's just my personal prediction without getting into the fundamentals too much and getting into the predictions in terms of market cap too much. That is what I'm looking for general growth on Matic. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out some of my other videos. You might find some altcoins on my channel that you are interested in that I've covered. I've covered quite a few of them now. Make sure to leave any recommendations in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.